Neil Rackham, Spin Selling, Situation Problem Implication Need-payoff. In the book, Spin Selling, Situation Problem Implication Need-payoff, by Neil Rackham, readers are introduced to a revolutionary and powerful sales technique that helps salespeople navigate the intricacies involved in big-ticket sales. The book provides valuable insights into the stages of successful selling and reveals the effectiveness of the spin, situation, problem, implication, and need-payoff strategy when it comes to understanding and addressing customer needs. Delving into the strategies of successful salespeople, the summary highlights the importance of building strong relationships and trust with clients, transforming implied needs into explicit ones, and focusing on providing tailored solutions to their concerns.
Sales Techniques for the Big Fish. The article challenges traditional sales techniques and explains how 4 basic stages are essential for any sales, big or small. It emphasizes the significance of investigations and how it's crucial for a salesperson to connect with a prospective client during this phase. Sales is not just about winning a $1 million deal, it also involves making call after call. However, traditional sales techniques are lazy and follow a similar approach. They start by opening a call based on a client's interest, then they investigate their needs, outline the benefits of the product, handle potential objections, and close the deal. But, for bigger sales, this approach is not enough. All sales, big or small, go through 4 basic stages: preliminaries, investigations, capabilities demonstration, and finally, commitment. The article states that investigations are the most crucial stage in making or breaking a deal. It's where a salesperson can connect with a prospective client, understand their needs and concerns, and offer solutions that would benefit them. The article gives an example of selling computers, where the salesperson explains that they work for HP, detailing the technical characteristics of their processors and explores if the prospective client is interested in purchasing 10 new laptops. However, it would have been more straightforward if the salesperson could just get a negative answer to the question, "Are you satisfied with your current IT system?" In conclusion, the article challenges traditional sales techniques and emphasizes the importance of investigations for connecting with prospective clients and making a successful transaction. Successful sales strategies. Closing a deal is not always the ultimate goal in sales. While it may work for smaller sales, applying pressure through pat closing techniques during bigger deals may lead to prospects losing interest or even feeling insulted. The spin strategy suggests that a salesperson should focus on building relationships with clients instead of solely focusing on closing. It involves asking situation, problem, implication, and need-payoff questions that cultivate trust and provide personalized solutions for the client's needs. Sales attempts don't always need to result in an immediate win or loss. A phone call or scheduling a live demonstration can lead to successful sales in the future. Applying the spin strategy may require patience, but it ultimately leads to a higher chance of success in bigger deals. Identifying and capitalizing on implied needs to boost sales. To make a successful sale, salespeople need to understand their clients' explicit and implied needs. While explicit needs might be obvious, implied needs require astute identification and redirection towards explicit needs. Good salespeople turn an implicit need into an explicit need, resulting in satisfying the client's requirements with a larger purchase. Understanding the complexity of a client's needs and treating them accordingly is crucial. Sales employees have to discover their clients' core demands and render them context-specific. By identifying implied needs and highlighting them as explicit needs to the client while still addressing general concerns, salespeople successfully convince clients to make significant purchases. Thus, by focusing on explicit needs, including implied needs, salespeople can boost their sales figures. Mastering sales techniques with spin. A good salesperson is one who understands the client's needs. There are 4 major areas to engage, known as spin: situation, problem, implication, and need-payoff. Beginning with questions that explore the situation and problem, a salesperson can move on to implied needs and implications of the client's problems to highlight consequences. To transform small issues into significant problems that demand immediate action, the salesperson creates a sense of urgency. Finally, the focus shifts to solutions by using need-payoff questions to make a proposal that is more of an obvious and effective solution. By mastering sales techniques with SPIN, a salesperson can understand a client's needs and offer the most appropriate solution to meet those needs. Mastering the art of sales openings. The opening line in a sales call might not make or break a sale. Instead of using standard tactics, salespeople must balance being personal and professional. The purpose of an opening line is to ask the right questions that will lead to the next step. Once the opening is delivered, a good salesperson will get down to business and move smoothly to outlining the product's benefits. Selling benefits, not features. In order to effectively sell a product, it's crucial to focus on its benefits, not just its features. Features are simply factual information about the product, while advantages show how it could potentially help the customer. However, benefits take it a step further and describe exactly how the product can meet the customer's needs and concerns. By offering a tailored solution, salespeople can effectively demonstrate how their product can benefit the customer and fulfill their specific interests and problems. Don't just sell a list of features and advantages, sell the benefits. Overcoming sales objections. In many sales training courses, salespeople are taught to handle objections by rephrasing them to provide answers. However, this may not always be effective if the salespeople are not skilled enough. Clients who receive product features or advantages without having their needs understood may give pushback or reject an offer outright, citing high costs or satisfaction with current arrangements. A way to avoid objections altogether is by leading clients into expressing their specific needs, using implication and need-payoff questions in the SPIN method. By providing actual benefits that cater explicitly to a client's needs and problems, the salesperson can gain trust and approval. This small shift in approach from treating symptoms to treating causes results in fewer objections and more closed sales. Mastering the SPIN sales strategy. If you want to incorporate the SPIN strategy into your sales approach, take it one step at a time. Do not overwhelm yourself by trying to improve too much at once. Instead, try each SPIN stage individually and move on to the next one when confident you have learned the previous lesson. Practice your new techniques repeatedly until you feel confident and comfortable. Prioritize quantity over quality when practicing, and don't worry about mistakes. However, avoid practicing newly acquired skills in crucial situations to minimize risk. Smaller, safer accounts, such as regular customers, can be a great place to try out new techniques and master the SPIN strategy. Remember, confidence comes with practice and repetition.
The key takeaways from SPIN selling can be easily adapted to any sales situation to ultimately increase sales numbers and customer satisfaction. The book advocates for the approach of understanding and addressing the client's needs rather than relying on aggressive closing techniques, thus ensuring long-lasting and mutually beneficial relationships. Mastering the SPIN strategy allows salespeople to take control of the conversation, expertly handling objections, presenting the benefits of their product or service, and securing commitments from clients. By following Neil Rackham's advice and incorporating the SPIN strategy into their selling process, sales professionals can increase their effectiveness in complex sales situations and foster a more fruitful and lucrative career.